My name is Shelly. I'm a physiotherapist here at the Society for those who may be new and have not attended our classes before. This is our September Challenger class, which is our level 3 exercise class. And this is our high intensity level. So, welcome. So for our September Challenger class, you don't need any equipment. You just need yourself and some space to move. Um, we don't need a whole lot of space, but there is a little bit of traveling in some of the exercises. And so you just want to make sure that there are no loose rugs or things on the floor that might trip you up. And hopefully furniture is pushed aside so that you have some space to move and you won't accidentally hit your arms or legs on anything. We definitely don't want any falls. So please be careful. And during the class, if there's anything that's a little too fast for you, that's absolutely fine. You can feel free to slow down the movement as long as the underlying movement quality stays the same. So, a lot of the times our September Challenger exercises, we do want quite high effort. And usually there's sort of a sharp crispness to the movement. And so if you're slowing down the movement, as long as you're still moving with that large amplitude, that's absolutely fine. And equally, if you need a break at any point during the class, you can feel free to take one and just get right back into the exercise if you can, because we do want to work on some of the endurance bit of the exercise as well. And so the way the class is going to work is we are going to do absolutely everything together. And we'll start with a warm up. And then following the warm up, the main chunk of the class will be a circuit based exercise. So we'll have 5 exercises that we're going to do with 90 seconds on the clock for each of those exercises. And then we'll run through that twice. And that's it. And then we'll have a cool down. So, I was going to say something else, but I forgot now. It'll probably come back to me. But that's the structure of the class. And if at any point during the class you have any questions, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and ask, or you can type in the chat box. Or if you're feeling a little shy, you can always email me after the class. Okay, I think that's it. And I can see everyone is here from the waiting room. If I come up to the screen every now and then, it's to let folks in from the waiting room. So if that happens, just ignore me, keep going. Okay, let's have a stand up. Set on my timer here. Okay, hopefully you can see me okay. We'll have a stand up and we're going to start with our warm up. And our warm up today, we're going to start with some marching on the spot. And as we're marching, we really want to think about stomping the floor. So we don't want to be like this. We want the movement to be nice and large. We want to think about stomping the floor. And if I turn sideways for a second and you look at my arms, can you see that my arms are going back behind me just as much as they're going forward? So I don't want to see anyone do this. I want this. I want the arms to go back behind me just as much as they are going forward. So big, big, big swings with arms and big, big, big stomps. Nicely done. Now when you're ready, travel sideways with this marching pattern. So we're still doing that big swing of the arms, big stomp of the feet, except we're going sideways. And just be a little mindful with the space you've got where you are. I don't want you to trip on anything, so just be a bit aware of your surroundings, and you might not be able to go sideways quite as far, but travel to whatever length of space you have, traveling sideways. Nicely done. This time, as we travel sideways, we're going to breathe every third mark. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Hold. And we keep going. 1, 2, 3. Hold. We keep going. 1, 2, 3. Hold. And we keep going. So you're still traveling sideways, exactly the same movement pattern. But we're just breathing every third arch, and holding that balance for just a second or two. Nicely done. So nice and big swings with the arms, big stomps with the feet. Hopefully you didn't lose your balance like I was it. Nicely done. Breathing every third mark. Big done just for a second or two to really catch your balance. And come back to the middle of the room. And we're gonna go into some heel digs forward. So we're tapping, let me turn sideways. We're tapping the heels forward, and I'm pushing my arms forward at the same time and noticing my fingers. What are my fingers doing? They're splaying, spreading wide open, as wide as you can. Almost like you've got some paint dipped around your fingers and you're trying to like splash the paint in front of you towards the computer screen. So you're really spreading the fingers open as wide as you can. Nicely done. Heel digs. And let's take this sideways. We're going to do the same thing, except we're tapping our toes out to the side now. But your fingers are still splaying, spreading wide open as you go out to the side. It's almost like you're flicking those fingers out to the side. Arms up nice and high if you can. Nicely done. Tapping to the side. So when you're tapping, we're not stepping. We're keeping our weight in the center, and we're just letting the legs kind of travel to the side, light tap, almost like there's eggshells underneath our foot. We don't want to be stomping. We just want to tap. Nicely done. Let's do the same thing behind us. We're going to tap the toes behind us and flip the arms up overhead, still splaying the fingers. If I turn sideways, you can see me better. You can see that I'm tapping the toes back behind me, but I am not stepping, right? I'm not stepping on that foot. I'm imagining the eggshells on the floor. I'm just tapping the toes on the floor, and I'm flicking my fingers up towards the ceiling, like I'm splashing paint onto the ceiling. Nicely done. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the arms. Let's warm up the legs a little more. We're going to go into a forward lunge, push back. That same leg is going to go back behind us. We're going forward, same leg, push back. So essentially the same leg is stepping forward and back. So here you can see my left foot does not leave the floor at all. My left leg stays in contact with the floor. I'm just moving my right leg right now, forward and back. Nicely done. Just warming up the legs, getting our body used to traveling in the space we have around us. Good, nicely done. Let's switch sides. So now our right foot is going to stay on the floor. Our left leg is going to go forward and back. Working on a little bit of balance here to warm up our bodies. So our right leg stays on the floor with our left foot that is moving forward and back. Nicely done. Working on some balance, warming up the body, getting used to moving in the space we have around us. Now let's try some side lunges. We'll come back in the middle, our feet together. We're going to take our leg and we're going to go out to the side, and then we're going to push back to the center and do the same thing on the other side. Step out, bending that leg so we're lunging and then pushing ourselves back in. So this movement, you want it all to come from your legs. Your legs are what's pushing you from side to side and back to the middle. So our leg is pushing us back to the middle. Our leg is bringing us out to the side and pushing us back to the middle. Nicely done. Good job, everyone. Big push back to the middle. Really work on engaging the legs there. Good. A couple more. Big push back to the middle. And big push back to the middle. One more each side. Use that leg push back to the middle. Good. Last time, push back to the middle. Good. Okay. Let's do some leg swings. You can hold on to something for balance because this is not a balance exercise. We're just trying to loosen up it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our leg. We're going to just let it swing forward and back as loose as you can. Please do hold on to something because I don't want you to be fighting your balance here. We want to focus on this leg that's going to be as loose as possible, loosey-goosey. Think cooked spaghetti, nice and floppy, nice and loose. We're not holding anything rigid. We just want the leg to kind of swing with momentum. Think about opening up the hip, letting that hip joint move. We're just swinging that leg. Just swinging that leg as loose as you can, loosey-goosey with that leg. Think cooked spaghetti, loosey-goosey. Good. Really open up that hip. And let's try the same thing on the other leg. So still holding on because we don't want to be fighting our balance here. So we're going to let our legs swing. And just like the other side we did, we're thinking loosey-goosey with that leg, really concentrating on that hip. So you can feel your hip moving and swinging. Loosey-goosey, like spaghetti. You want the legs to be floppy almost. Letting that hip open up, letting the leg move with momentum. Good, nicely done. A few more. Nice and loose. And come back to the middle. Let's do one last thing for a warm-up before we get to the main circuit. Legs nice and wide. We're gonna float the arms up beside us. And let's just do a big stretch to the thigh. So it's almost like you're trying to reach your hand towards the foot. But you can see that my upper body is kind of in this crescent shape. So I'm not just doing this with the arms, but I want the entire body to go together. Keep going. I'm just gonna pop up here. I'm gonna close. Nicely done. And let's come back up. Drop the arms, same to the other side. Float the arms again. And then we're coming down to the other side. So imagine you got something heavy in that bottom hand, and it's like you're hanging. Your whole body's kind of hanging downwards. You should feel a stretch on the outside of your body. Nicely done, everybody. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up and drop the arms. Okay, hopefully you're warm. If not, don't worry. You will definitely get warm once we do our circuit. So just a reminder, we have 5 exercises that we're going to do together. We've got 90 seconds on the clock for each exercise, and we're going to run through the 5 exercises twice. And then that's it, you're done. So first exercise we're going to do, we're going to start with the legs wide. So ideally you want the legs to be wider than hip width apart, but I also don't want your legs to be so wide that you're losing your balance. So you need to be able to hold whatever position your legs are in for the entire 90 seconds, okay? But wider than hip width apart. We're going to bring our arms up into this kind of cactus shape with the fingers open. We're going to go into a squat where we're thinking about the elbows coming down towards the knees. And then we're going to stand up and reach on a diagonal, noticing my fingers are still wide open. I'm coming back down to a squat, and then I'm reaching over to the other side. Okay, so we're going to squat, push with our legs up directly into that diagonal, come back down to the squat, push up to the diagonal. And we're going to try to be as big as we can. So we don't want to be like this. We want to really travel and reach as wide as we can. You want to fill up as much space as you can. Okay, I'm going to grab my timer. We've got 90 seconds for this exercise. Are you ready? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Squat, push. Really reach to the diagonal. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Yeah, nicely done. Really spread all those fingers. Think about that squat and you're reaching one fluid motion. You want your legs to push you up directly into that diagonal from the squat position. Breathing, don't hold your breath. You've got 60 seconds left. Reach. There should be a vertical height difference in your movements. Your body should be going down, then up, then down, then up. Good. Spread out those fingers. Breathing. Nicely done. Remember, if anything feels too fast, you can slow it down, but I still want that same amplitude, that large movement, spreading those fingers. Reach as far as you can across the room. Make sure you're doing a squat, followed by that reach. You got 25 seconds left. Breathing. There should be a vertical height difference. I should see your heads going up and down in the spleen. Really make sure you're squatting down, almost like your elbows are touching your knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Nicely done. Okay, that was your first exercise. Our second exercise, we're going to do also a little bit of squat, but we're changing it slightly. So I'm going to start to the side of my room. You're going to need a little bit of space to travel sideways, and here's what we're going to do. We are going to do 10 punches forward, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to squat, get nice and low as if the ceiling has collapsed on us, and maintaining that same height, I'm going to crab walk to the side, maintaining that same height. Stand back up, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, keep that same height, and travel to the side. So what I don't want to see is I don't want to see this squat and then us following this. We don't want to go up and down. We want to be below that same height as we travel. Okay, so 10 punches, squat, crab walk to the side, and repeat. Okay, are we ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low, get low, crab walk to the side, low, low, low. And again, go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get low as you can and travel to the side. Good, keep going. In your own time, when you're doing your punches, I really want you to throw your body behind those punches. So not just your arms doing the punches, but you're using your trunk to throw those punches, the whole body workout, not just the arms. Get low, same height the entire time. Don't let yourself go up and down when you do your crab walk. Nicely done. You've got 40 seconds left. Get low as you can in that crab walk. Nicely done. 30 seconds. Get as low as you can in that crab walk. Imagine the ceiling has collapsed on you. Good. Keep going. Breathe. 20 seconds. Get low, 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 low. Last 15. You're almost there. Keep going. Don't stop. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Woo! Well done, everyone. Well done. Okay, that was exercise 2. You have 3 exercises left, and then we're going to have a break. And then we're doing all 5 again, and we're done. Okay, our next exercise, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me better. So I'm going to take my leg, and I'm going to do a forward kick like this. I'm kicking, almost like I'm kicking down a door. So imagine there's a door in front of me, and I'm kicking down that door, and that same leg is now going to go behind, and that same arm is going to reach and touch the floor. And then we're going to come back up, kick, and touch the floor. If you can't touch the floor, don't worry, we can modify. So you can do this, kick, bring that leg down, bring the leg back, touch the knee on the opposite side, but see how I'm trying to balance So essentially, I'm trying, it's kind of like the exercise we did at the beginning of the warm-up, where one foot is anchored onto the floor and the other leg is moving. So I'm kicking and then I'm bringing it back, either touching me or touch the floor. And then kick and touch the floor or touch the knee, whatever works for you. So we're going to do 3 on one side and then switch to 3 on the other side. And you're really trying to hold your balance. You bring your leg back. If you need to put the foot onto the floor to help with your balance, that's absolutely fine. And you can go slower too to help with that balance if you like. But whatever we're doing, you're really trying to control your limbs. Don't let yourself get taken away with momentum and then we start doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things where we're kind of being thrown with the weight of our leg. You really want to keep anchored. Whatever foot's on the floor, you're getting that foot into the floor. We're really anchoring into the floor every time. Okay, so you're doing 3 on one side and then 3 on the other side, and then you keep switching for the entire 19 seconds. We go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Front kick, bring that leg back, touch the floor. Front kick, touch the floor. Try to hold that balance. And then once you've done 3, you're switching to the other side. Forward kick, bring that leg back and touch the floor. Forward kick, bring that leg back and touch the floor. Forward kick, bring that leg back and touch the floor. Other side. Nicely done, everyone. I know this one's a little tough. Hold that balance. 50 seconds left. Remember, if you can't touch the floor, touch your knee. That's okay too. 40 seconds. Really control your momentum. Don't let yourself fall off. That supporting leg. 30 seconds. Kicking down that door in front of us. Hit. Hit. 20 seconds left. Really focus on that balance. Don't let the weight of your legs throw you off balance. Nice strong core. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Ooh, well done. Okay, you've got 2 exercises left. And then we have a break. Our next exercise, we are going to do a windmill. We're going to get the legs nice and wide. But when you bring the legs wide, I don't want you to be so wide that you're losing your balance and not able to actually maintain this, because what I don't want to happen is in the 9 seconds, I don't want your feet to then start gliding out. So we do want the legs wide, but not so wide that you can't control them from sliding out more. And then we're going to do a windmill with our arms. Move my fan. Okay. You're going to bring the fingertips down to one ankle like so. And then you're going to draw any arcs with the fingers all the way up. Oops, and down to the other leg. Same thing. Reaching up and over. Up and over. And you'll see as I'm doing this, when I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. I'm exaggerating. No one's doing it like that. But I want you to go up and over. Reach, 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 reach. Up and over. Reach, 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 reach. Almost like you're trying to graze the ceiling with your fingertips. And you'll notice my legs. Can you see my legs? I'm switching weight. I'm shifting from one side to the other. So I'm not keeping my weight in the middle, right? I'm not keeping my weight in the middle. I'm moving my weight from side to side. Okay. Let's try this. 19 seconds. And then you got 1 exercise left after this, and then we have a break. And then you're halfway through. Okay, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Up and over. Imagine you're drawing the arc with your breastbone as much as your arms. You're going up and over. Reach, 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 reach. Up and over, reach, 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 reach. Like you're trying to graze the ceiling. Your breastbone is also trying to graze the ceiling. Up and over from the chest, up and over. Really weight shift on your legs. Up and over, up and over. Nicely done. You have 50 seconds left. Up and over. Reach with those fingers. Reach, 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 reach. Up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Really weight shift from side to side. Nobody should be staying stationary in the middle. Your body should be going up and over, up and over. Big arc. 30 seconds left. Keep going. You've only got one exercise left after this. You can do this. Keep going. Reach, 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 reach. Reach, 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 reach. Up and over, up and over. As high as you can go. 20 seconds. Let your breastbone lead that movement. Up and over, up and over. Nicely done. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Kick up the arms, kick up the legs. Nicely done. Oh my goodness. Okay. You have one exercise left. And then we're going to have a rest. And then we're going to do all 5 again. And then you're done. You're almost there. Okay. Our last exercise is going to be a little bit of a balanced one. We're going to work on direction change and pivoting here. And now this is really useful because as you're walking down the street, for example, and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, I forgot my keys. I need to change directions. What do? We pivot on our feet to change directions, right? Or ideally, you want to be able to pivot on your legs because it's more efficient than if we were to stop and then try to do little steps to try to turn. Whereas if we were able to pivot, much quicker and much more efficient. But the issue with that is pivoting takes a bit of balance to actually do. So we're going to work on that. So we're going to bring our legs about hip width apart, maybe a tiny, tiny bit wider, but not wider than that. We're going to fold our arms across our chest. I'm going to show you the arms first before I show you the legs. So fold your arms across the chest. And I want you to imagine you have a really heavy cape on behind you, okay? So we're going to roll that cape back and bring our arms in. Roll that cape back, chest up, and our arms in. So from the side, if you look at my arms, I'm throwing the cape back, but notice how my chest sticks out, and then I'm bringing my arms in. So I am not doing this. It's not just the arms moving, but it's the arms and proud chest going forward. I'm throwing back my Superman cape. Okay, that's the arms. Now the feet, they're going to start by pointing forward, the same direction that your hips are facing. Soft bend to the knees. Then we're going to go pivot to the side, hold our balance. Noticing my toes are pointing the same direction as my hips. And I'm going to pivot back to the front. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm throwing my cape back, proud chest, and my toes are pointing the same direction as my hips. If I slow down for a second with my feet, if you just look at my feet, when I pivot, I'm doing this. And you see both of my feet, I'm wiggling my toes here for you to see. Both of my feet are pointing the same direction as my hips. Can you see that? It's almost like the balls of your feet are bolted down into the floor and you're swiveling on them. So we don't want to do this. We don't want to lift our feet. We want to keep the balls of our feet bolted into the floor and we're pivoting. You can see that we're pivoting. And the sharper you make that pivot, the more robotic you make that pivot, the harder it is for you to balance every single time you pivot. So that's what we're aiming for. And our arms are doing the same thing, nice and sharp. Throw back that cape, chest up, nice and proud, and back into the middle. Same to the other side. Throw that cape back, chest up, and back to the middle. You're really holding your balance every time. Okay. Are we ready? Last exercise, and then we do all 5 all over again, and then you're done. Okay, we go in 3, 2, One, off we go. Throw that feet back, hold that balance, and pivot back to the middle. Nice and sharp with the pivot. Both toes should be pointing the direction your body is going. Pivot. And remember, you don't have to match my speed. You're more than welcome to change that speed. But if you are changing the speed to make it slower or faster, you are going to make sure the underlying sharpness, that big amplitude movement, opening the fingers, you're going to still maintain that. I don't want you to go so slow or so fast that you're forgetting the main quality points of the movement here. Rolling the arms back while you've got a heavy hit, the entire body pivoting together in one block. 40 seconds. Hold that balance for a second or two every single time you pivot. Chest up, hold that balance. The sharper you make that movement, the more challenging it's going to be. 30 seconds. Chest up, throw those arms back, opening the fingers, pivot on your feet. Make sure your legs are not sliding away from each other. 15 seconds. Nice and sharp. Nice and sharp. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Nicely done. You've got 2 minutes of a break. Pace the room if you need. Have some water. Just make sure you don't gulp too much water in one go because it might give you a cramp. Little sips at a time. Pace the room to let your heart rate come down a bit. Not to sit down if you can, because otherwise you'll find it very tough to get back up again. Pace the room or perch on something if you need. Give yourself a bit of a rest. Have some water. You've only got 5 exercises left. Maybe 5 that we just did, and then you're done. So you can see the finish line. You're almost there. Well done, everyone. Level 3 is definitely not easy. Well done for you being here, showing up, and continuing with the exercises. Remember when we talk about slowing down our Parkinson's, we're not just talking about any exercise. We need the exercises to be high intensity and novel in its quality and its stimulation in order for it to effectively slow down our Parkinson's. So while any movement is great for exercise, if we really want to slow down our Parkinson's effectively, we have to do exercise frequently enough and with high intensity. Got 30 seconds left of your break. In case you can perch, little sips of water, letting the heart rate come down, and we'll redo all 5 exercises again. Really thinking about that novel stimulation to help us slow down our Parkinson's. We're moving and quality of movement that's opposite to what we would see in a Parkinsonian pattern. So we want to move nice and large, nice and exaggerated, nice and effortful. Okay, let's come back when you're ready. So we've got the same 5 exercises again from the beginning, and then you're done. So our first exercise, we are starting with our squat variation. So our legs are wider than hip width apart. Our arms are up in this cactus shape with our fingers open. So we're not like this. Our fingers are wide open. That exaggeration, moving all the way to the ends of our fingertips and our toes. And we're going to squat down, almost like we're trying to get our elbows to touch our knees. And then we're going to stand up and reach on the diagonal. And noticing my fingers are so wide open when I reach. So I'm not like this. I'm reaching those fingers wide open. And then same thing on the other side. So it's like if you imagine you dip your hand into paint, so the hand print into paint, and now you're smearing it across that empty canvas in front of you. So you're smearing that fingerprint on that diagonal as wide and as long as you can. Okay, let's get the timer out. 19 seconds. We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Squat, reach. Reach. You want this movement from the squat through the reach to be one fluid movement. Using your legs to push you up into the diagonal. The legs are pushing you up into that diagonal straight from that squat position. So as you stand up from that squat position, you're actually pushing yourself into that diagonal. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Spread the fingers more, and reach as far as you can. Kind of fill up as much space as you can. Exaggerate the movement. The bigger you move, the better. The sillier you feel, the better the movement quality. Keep going. You got 45 seconds left. Reach. Spread the fingers, spread the fingers, spread the fingers. Wide. Going from the squat directly to that diagonal. Keep going. 35 seconds. Breathing. You're almost there. 30 seconds. Breathe. When you squat down, remember you're trying to get those elbows to the knees. Sink your bottom down and push yourself up into the diagonal. 15 seconds. You're almost there. Keep going. You're almost there. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. You'll never see that exercise again. Oh my goodness. Well done, everyone. Okay. So one exercise down, 4 more to go, and you are done. So our next one is our crab walk with punching. So that's the one where we are starting from one side of the room. And we are going to do 10 punches like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to squat down as if the ceiling has collapsed on you. And while you're maintaining the same height, you're going to crab walk to the side. Maintain that same height. Come back up and repeat. What we don't want in the crab walk is to be like this. You don't want to go up and down. You want to stay in that one the entire time. When we do punches, if I just come up to the screen for a second, when we do our punches, what I don't want to see is just this. I don't want just the arms doing the punches. I want the entire body. So you want to use your body to throw those punches. So it's like you've got a bit of lung rotation, but you're using your trunk to throw those punches rather than like this with just the arms. We're using the body to throw the punches. Okay. Are we ready? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Use your body to throw those punches. Go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Crab walk to the side and low again. And the same thing again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Nicely done. Keep going. You can probably feel if you're doing your punches correctly, it's all coming from your trunk and core. Even the boxing, when you look at what people are doing, it looks like it's just the arms moving. But boxing is actually very core centric. You're using your trunk the entire time. Good, keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Nicely done. I think I probably just did more than 10 punches. I wasn't really counting as I'm talking. Sometimes I talk a little too much in the class, but I'm trying to give you some pointers. You got 30 seconds. You're almost there. Breathe. Remember, you're getting nice and low. Keep the same height as you're doing the crab walks. And ideally, you don't want to be curving your back on the side. You don't want to be like this. You want to be like this as we do our crab walk. You're trying to aim for that elongated spine as you're doing the crab walk. And rest. Well done. Okay, good job, everyone. You've got 3 exercises left, and then we're done. You're almost there. You can do this. Okay, our next one, I'm going to turn to the side. This is our kicking and touching the floor combination, so our little balance control challenge. So one foot is going to stay anchored to the floor. So in this case, I'm going to use my right foot staying anchored, and my left side is going to move. So I'm going to imagine there's a door in front of me, and I'm kicking down that floor. That same knee is going to go back behind me, and the same arm is going to touch the floor or touch the knee. If it's too hard for you balance-wise, you can put the back foot down on the floor and then start again. Kick, touch the floor or the knee, and again, kick, touch the floor, touch the knee. You're doing 3 on one side, and then you're switching to the other side. Remember, the purpose of this one is specifically for balance. So we're not going as fast as we can because you'll probably find that you're going to lose your balance from the momentum of the weight of our limbs. But if you go a little bit slower, but still maintaining that effort of that kicking down the door, you'll be able to still control that moment. Okay. Are we ready? Go on 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Kick down that door. Hold that balance as you touch the floor. And again, kick down that door. Hold that balance as you touch the door or touch the floor. We're doing 3 on one side, and then you're switching to 3 on the other side. Remember, if this is too hard, place that back foot on the floor. That's okay. You're trying your best to lessen the weight on your back foot as much as possible because you want to kind of hold that balance and control the balance. Kick and touch the floor. Kick and touch the floor. Kick, touch the floor. Really think about that kick. We're not just placing the foot, but you're kicking it like the door in front of you. You're trying to kick it down. 35 seconds. You're almost there. Remember this one, we're trying to really control our balance. We're not going to let the weight of our legs throw us off balance. We're not going to let the momentum throw us off balance. 20 seconds. It might help to be at one point on the floor in front of you the entire time to help you maintain that balance. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done, everyone. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs if you need. You've got 2 exercises left, and then we are finished. My next exercise is our windmill. So because this is our second round, I'm going to add in a little bit of an optional challenge if you wanted to. You don't have to, but if you want a bit of an additional balance challenge, we're going to add it in now. So here's the original movement. We've got the legs nice and wide. I'll bring our fingertips to one side, and we're going up and over. Do you remember this one? We're drawing like a big rainbow, big windmill with the arms, fingertips nice and long and splayed, and we're trying to reach as far as we can, letting our breastbone also move. So the breastbone is also moving. Now, if you want a balance challenge, we're going to move our feet. You don't have to, but if you would like to add it in, this is what it looks like. We're going to start on one side. Notice how my feet are like this. I'm going to step out as I move my arms. Out. So my feet are moving out and then in. So this is a bit of an additional balance challenge if you want. You don't have to. By all means, you can keep the legs in this kind of wide stance position, or you can move the legs if you want. But what I'm going to say is, if you are moving the legs, what I don't want to see is this. I don't want this small move. I want this big movement with your legs. You want to try to step out as far as you can rather than kind of this small movement. Okay, so up to you if you want to add the legs or not. I will do both versions during the 90 seconds, and you can choose whichever version you want to do. Okay, we go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Up and over. Spread those fingers as wide as you can. Wide, wide, wide. Even more, even more. Lay the fingers like you're trying to graze the ceiling with your fingertips, reaching those arms wide as long as you can. Breastbone, leading the movement up and over. If you want to add the leg, remember, stepping out as far as you can. You're still trying to graze the ceiling, even if you're moving your legs. You're still trying to graze the ceiling with your fingertips, your breastbone, soaking up and over. Nicely done. You have 50 seconds. So no matter what version you're doing, I want you to move as big as you can. Fill up as much space as you can. Nicely done. Reach, 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 reach. Imagine there are a bunch of mosquitoes in the room. You're swatting as many as you can. As many as you can. Go, go, go. Get the ones on the ceiling. Get the ones on the ceiling. Raise those fingertips. Nicely done. 25 seconds. Big arms. Big, 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 big. Wide steps with the legs if you're doing the stepping version. Let your breath flow. Lead the movement as well. Go up and over. Breaststroke up and over. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Oh my goodness. Well done, everyone. Well done. Woo! Okay. How are we doing? We're still here. No one's logged out. We're all surviving. You've got one exercise left and you're done. So last 90 seconds of hard work. So our last one is our pivot flicks. And this is the one where we're imagining the balls of our feet are bolted into the floor and we're pivoting and swiveling the balls of our feet. And we've also got a really heavy cape on at the same time. So we're going to pivot to the side. We're throwing back our imaginary cape chest up. So we're not down here, but chest up, pulled up in front of us. Noticing my toes are pointing the same direction as my hips. And then I'm going to do a sharp pivot back into the middle. And then same to the other side, sharp pivot to the side. Nice and proud through those shoulders and chest, throwing the arms back, noticing how my fingers are wide. So you're spreading the fingers like there's energy coming out of the ends of your fingers. And your toes are pointing the same direction as your hips. Back to the middle. I think we all remember this one. So the sharper you make that movement, the more challenging it is to hold your balance. So just make sure when we're doing this, you wait a second or two in this pivot to hold our balance, and then we come back. We don't want to be like this. We want to give ourselves time in that position to hold that balance. Okay, last 90 seconds, and then you're done. You're almost there, and you'll never see these 5 exercises again. Okay, we go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Pivot, hold, chest up. Really thinking about bolting the balls of your feet onto the floor. You're swiveling on the balls of your feet. The sharper and more military you can make this movement, the more you challenge your balance. Sharp, hold, even sharper. Throw that kick back, sharp. As crisp and sharp, as military-like as you can with that movement. You pivot and freeze. Pivot and freeze, sharp. As sharp as you can possibly make that movement. 50 seconds. Chest up. Really hold that position. Hold your balance. Make sure your toes are pointing the direction of your hips. You have 35 seconds left. That's it. You're almost there. Keep going. Last 30 seconds of hard work and you're done. Give it your all. You've only got a little bit of time left. Last 25 seconds, as sharp as you can. Really throw that feet back, spread the fingers as wide as you can. Energy coming out of your fingertips and the top of your head. 15 seconds, you're almost there. As sharp as you can. Hold that balance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Oh my goodness. Well done. Legs nice and wide. Deep breath. Deep breath in, reaching your arms all the way to the top. Reach those fingers to the ceiling and breathe out. Wiggle those fingers down. And again, breath in. As big of a breath as you can into the bottoms of your lungs. Clasp the fists together and reach up to the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And wiggle the fingers all the way back down. We're going to do a bit of a stretch. I'm turning sideways. One leg forward, and then straighten the front leg and bend the back leg. Now, it doesn't matter if your foot is down or up. You'll feel that same stretch at the back of the thigh as long as That knee is straight, your spine is straight, and you're hinging at the hip. So if you're like this, you won't feel as much. But if you straighten your spine and you hinge at the hips, and you keep that leg straight, go down as far as you can, thinking about your belly button to your knee, and you'll feel a stretch at the back of that thigh. Straight spine. Nicely done, everyone. Nicely done. Breathing as you're stretching. And let's switch sides. Same thing. Keep your spine long. And you're hinging at the hips, spine nice and straight. Think about your belly button going towards your knee. As long as you can with the spine, you'll feel it at the back of the thigh. Nicely done, everyone. Breathing. Coming back up, hold on to something for balance. One leg forward, one leg back. We're going to bend the front knee and straighten the back knee. So think straighten the back knee and reach that back heel towards the floor. And you should feel a stretch at the back half muscle. If you're like this and you're not able to straighten your knee or reach your heel down, you've gone too far, bring the leg in a bit more and then try again, straighten the knee and reach that heel to the floor. If you're not feeling and your heel is fully on the floor, then you need to move that leg back. You should feel a stretch at the back of the knee and the back of that calf. Nicely done. And let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Front knee bend, back knee straight. You're straightening that knee and reaching that heel towards the floor. You should feel a stretch in the back of the knee and the calf. Everyone breathing. And coming back up, we can do a stretch for our thigh muscle. There's two versions you can do. The first one, make sure you're holding on to something. You can grab your foot and pull it towards your body and keep your knees in one line. You don't want to be like this. You want the knees in one line. Pull that foot towards your bottom and push your hips forward. You should feel a stretch at the front of the thigh. If that's too difficult, use a chair. You can put a chair behind you and place your foot onto the chair. Keep the knees in line, push the hips forward, and you'll still feel that stretch. The higher the seat of the chair, the deeper you feel that stretch. So whichever version you want to do is absolutely fine. But you're trying to push the hips forward and keep the knees in one line. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Use the chair or not, up to you. If you're not using a chair, you're pulling that foot towards your bottom, knees in one line. Don't let your knee do this. Keep your knee in one line with the other knee and push your hips forward. And you'll feel that stretch more, or putting your foot on a chair behind you, whatever works best. And release. Last little bit. We're going to put our hands together in front of us. And we're going to just rotate and clap the hands together. So you're swinging open the hand and you're clapping forward again, nice and gentle. Nice gentle rotation. That's fine. Nice and gentle. 3 more. And rest. And you are done. Thank you, everyone. Very, very well done. That was our level 3 class, our September Challenger. This Challenger class we do twice a year, once in April and once in September. And level 3, as you know, is our highest level. It's meant to be high intensity. So I really hope you're sweating buckets or that you're sore tomorrow in the best possible way. I hope that's what happened because that means that you've done some really great work. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much for being here today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye, everyone. Thank you. See you later.